Hello and welcome. I am Roy at Ninjazilla90, and today I will be reviewing the Mattel Masters of the Universe Revelation Masterverse SkeleGod Skeletor figure. And needless to say, this is a pretty cool one, and I got some things to say about him. So with that said, let's get started. And now, starting things off with the box, because you know we have to talk about really cool boxes on this channel when I still have them, because I don't keep the boxes because I just simply don't have room for them, so I have no other choice but to discard them. But anyway, as you can see, front and center, we have Masters of the Universe Revelation right there, which is the Netflix original series that this figure is from. We have SkeleGod, which is the name of the figure, which is also a variant of Skeletor. That's obvious, but anyway, we have the Mattel logo right there. We have ages 6+, so all you 5-year-olds, yeah, this figure's not for you. We have the Masterverse logo right there, letting you know what figure line this is from. We have over 30 points of articulation, or a barcode, which I know which I'm more than sure most people don't even care about. But anyway, we have the back of the figure. We have a really cool picture of Skeletor in his SkeleGod form right there, looking really villainous and fearsome, with this like green energy ball in his hand right there, which is a really cool effect part that this one comes with. But anyway, we have his character bio right there, so if you want to, you can pause it and read it, so I'll leave it there for a hot little minute. And now, moving right along, we have also available, we have Evil Lyn, which, yes, I am still yet to get an Evil Lyn in my collection, so yeah, I just obviously don't have this one yet. We have the Revelation Skeletor, the regular Skeletor, which I do have. We have a Mossman. I don't have a single Mossman yet, so still yet to get a Mossman. If I ever will get one, it's still left up to question right now. We have the Revelation He-Man, which I obviously do have. When we have Battle Cat, which, yeah, needless to say, I've just reviewed not that long ago, so yeah, I obviously have that one. And of course, we have Mattel empowering the next generation through play, and bottom of the box, besides a bunch of legal information and copyright stuff, yeah, nothing too interesting there. So that pretty much concludes it for the box. Now on to the figure. And now here we have the Mattel Masters of the Universe Revelation Masterverse SkeleGod Skeletor figure right here, and all of his evil Dark Lord of Destruction glory. As you can see, this is a well-sculpted, well-detailed figure made by these super cool, awesome people from Mattel, of course. As you can see, this one has the color scheme of sort of like a lot of like light purple and black, and we have some like neon green going on here, giving him kind of a very like Joker-like colorization. I think maybe that might kind of be a nod to Mark Hamill, who also plays Luke Skywalker, which also voiced the Joker in the Batman animated series, so that kind of might be a sort of connection there, but it could just be a coincidence with the color scheme. But anyway, I think he is definitely well detailed, and he does make for a really good, villain figure. And I did watch the whole Revelation and Revolution series on Netflix, although I watched them backwards. I watched Revolution first, then Revelation, but anyway, it is what it is. As you can see, bringing him up closer, we have his really cool looking horned helmet right there. His helmet reminds me a lot of Onaga the Dragon King from Mortal Kombat Deception. So it kind of gives me those vibes a little bit, but it's also very reminiscent to the horns on his Havoc staff as well. So that's basically where that comes from. That's obvious, but I'm just saying the way his horns splay out, it reminds me heavily of Onaga the Dragon King. But anyway, taking a closer look, his skull face is well sculpted and well painted. Looks like a very realistic weathered bone white color there. Looking really nice. And also you can see those very beady blood red pupils in his eyes. Looks really nice. And of course we kind of like have like this green like essence going throughout his body as well. And that's pretty cool. I bet this figure looks like really cool in like black lights. So like that makes everything glow. I bet this figure would look really cool in that. So actually like all those neon green colors. That would be really cool. And you could see the symbol of he on his chest as well, because that's when he stole the Sword of Power. And yeah, he basically got he stole He-Man's power technically and became like this like god-like version of himself, which he eventually got defeated. But anyway, also this form of Skeletor not only reminds me of Onaga the Dragon King from Mortal Kombat, but he also reminds me of Ganondorf in his demon form from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. From after you defeat him and his castle collapses and he turns into this big giant demon form and he has like these two swords and you have to hit him in his tail. That's also it. This kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But also taking a closer look, he has these really cool, really big, interesting looking shoulder guards here that look like the heads of like these like sort of like big giant like rhino beetle like demon creatures, I guess. So there's that, looking really cool because they do have like these big huge like neon green eyes. Looks like they're looking at you, so that's really cool. And if you turn it to the other side, you can see the other shoulder guard matches. And he does have a very flowy cloth cape. It's kind of like sort of like a velvet sort of cloth, and it's very clingy too. So you can see like the different layers, they stick to one another. And we do like have these like diamond sort of like dark gray or like silver gray like diamond like pieces sort of attached to like these bottom like these two like separate like I don't know like back tassels, I guess that's what you call them. Just be careful with that. I mean, also this cape does tend to come off easily, so do be careful. Because his head is removable, so all you would have to do is just pop this piece off, and you could basically work all that stuff off like so. So that is removable, and like I was trying to show you, this cape does come off fairly easily. It basically attaches here to his torso harness. Technically, what you do is you take these two little grooves here, and they fit into his back harness. And we have these two little magnets right here that attach to each side that kind of sort of holds it. It's supposed to hold it on, but I don't really see them like attaching too well. But it stays. but it does come off easily if you turn it upside down and shake it. But it's staying on a little bit better this time, so I'm surprised. But anyway, to put his shoulder armor back on, or shoulder guards, you just put that back in, and then just put this back, this piece back over, and then grab his head, and yeah, just clip that into place on top of the ball joint, of course. And there you have it. He's back together. I just wanted to show you how his cape and his shoulder armor attaches. That's why I that's why I decapitated him. But other than that, yeah, he's got some really cool detail. And these shoulder guards are not the only sort of demon skull design he has on his armor. You can see he has these demon skull looking arm guards right here on both arms, and they are removable because his hands are interchangeable. I do have his interchangeable hands. I just don't know where they're at. They're somewhere in the drawer with my other Masterverse figures, but yeah, I don't really feel like they're needed for this review. But anyway, taking another look, you see he has these also these similar demon skull like designs on his knee guards on his boots there, with these neon green eyes, and also you see it on his skirt armor as well. So looking close at that as well, so really cool. And as far as articulation with this figure, it's pretty much the same song and dance you get with every other Masterverse figure. Head is articulated on the ball joint, so you can look up about that much. We can look down, we can look right, we can look left, and we can cranium revolve this a full 360. And in the opposite way, of course, we do have a hinge in the shoulders, so we can bring the shoulders all the way out into a T-pose like so. We can swivel all the way around, although it is prohibited by his shoulder armor, and I'm not taking that off a second time, so yeah, you get the point. Bicep swivel. We have double joint at the elbows. Let me take this Sword of Power out of his hand so I can demonstrate articulation better. So, double joint at the elbow. And also, if you're just getting these out of the package for the first time, okay, I don't know about the Chronicles figures because I haven't gotten my hands on those yet. But if you have, let me know in the comments if they're anything like the Masterverse figures where they're really, really stiff out of the box and you have to use your blow dryer to loosen up joints because of stuck paint. So if you're just getting this one out of the box for the first time, do be sure to hit it with a hairdryer before trying to force any movement, because yeah, you don't want to break a figure right out of the box. It's bad enough we already get QC issues and sometimes get figures out of the box that are defective. And yeah, my Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla 2000 is a recent example of that. I'm going to have to repurchase that whole figure on a restock, because yeah, mine came with a missing dorsal spine out of the box on his lower back on his left side. So yeah, I know that's another figure, but I'm just bringing that up because figures do sometimes tend to have QC issues out of the box. So I'm just saying, you know, sometimes that's to be expected. But anyway, getting back to articulation with this figure, we do have a swivel in the wrist, so we can swivel that hand all the way around a full 360. And we do have a hinge in that wrist as well. And the same is true with the other side. So swivel the wrist, and yeah, you get the points. As far as torso articulation, this is an earlier Masterverse figure, so no ball joint in the torso. It is a pick joint, so you cannot twist this a full 360 because if you do, you will break the torso joint in half, and yeah, you're basically gonna have a half of a figure and another half of a figure that can't hold together. And yeah, so I highly warn against trying to turn the top torso a full 360, because yeah, I learned that the hard way with my first copy of my 40th anniversary Masterverse He-Man, because I thought that was stuck paint, and I went use my hair dryer, and yeah, wasn't stuck paint at all. It was I accidentally snapped that in half, but I did replace the figure, so it's all good. But anyway, like I said, do not try to turn this full 360, but we can lean forward and back and rock side to side. And we do have waist articulation, so we can swivel the waist a full 360. Just not the top torso joint. So just keep that in mind. I'm already taking points off for that because of the outdated torso joint. Like, I know it's outdated, but the reason why I'm taking points off for that is because if you're going to have a top torso cut in a figure, most collectors are going to expect that to be a ball joint. And that's why I'm taking points off, because, and I said this with other Masterverse figure reviews as well, that should have been a ball joint since the beginning. Mattel should have known better. I'm not trying to throw shade at Mattel or throw them under the bus or anything. I'm just saying, that's obvious. That should have been a ball joint the whole time, instead of updating it when they get to like the later waves, and then like the later Masterverse figures have ball joints, but not the. But there is exceptions though, because the Masterverse Vintage Collection Skeletor has that outdated torso joint as well. So I don't know why Mattel just didn't update that with that figure. Because the Faker, the Vintage Collection Faker has the updated torso, but not the Vintage Collection Skeletor. But anyway, moving right along to leg articulation. Hips are on ball joints, so we can basically split out about that much. We can do the Johnny Cage splits with this figure, surprisingly, because the skirt armor is made out of a very pliable rubbery material. We could see like that loincloth piece in the back as well, and we could see both sides of the skirt armor right there. It is very pliable, so you can do the full-on splits if you choose to, so that is a good thing. We can kick forward about that much, back a little bit. Same is true with the other leg. Forward about that much, back a little bit. We have a hip swivel, so we can swivel that hip all the way around a full 360. We have a double joint at the knees, so we can bend those knees all the way back. So we could pretend He-Man just kicked his butt and put Skeletor on his knees, and we can bring him back up. We have a full 360 swivel in the boots, so we can swivel that boot all the way around. We have a hinge in the ankles, so we can point those feet all the way down. And if you look, this is a sort of like a three-toed Skeletor. He has like armored feet, and we can push his feet back up, and of course we can swivel those feet all the way around a full 360. And as far as accessories, he does come with a few interchangeable hands that yeah, I didn't grab for this review, but he does come with them. But I mostly put him with his gripping hand, so I just as well review him with that. So that's what I'm mainly going to leave him with. And of course, he comes with this green energy ball accessory. So basically, you're just supposed to put that over his fist, and then yeah, he has like that. Like, blast effect, which I think this would also work really well with the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat Classic Ermac as well. I might try that and see how that looks with it, because I do have those coming. But anyway, there he is with the sort of power and his like green like energy effect part. Yeah, it looks really cool so far. If I have to give this figure a final score based on detail, articulation, and playability, I have to give this one a drum roll, please. And when it comes to detail, articulation, and playability, and how much I recommend this figure, I have to give this figure a full, honest, well-deserved, not quite perfect, but he's still a really good recommended figure to pick up, so I have to give this one an obvious 8 out of 10. Why am I taking 2 points off? Basically, the reason why, a couple of key reasons here. Number one, yeah, the obvious is the outdated torso joint. Number two, this might vary depending on your copy of the figure, but at least on mine, the ankle hinges are really loose, and he tends to fall over a lot. Like if I don't position him correctly, he'll lean forward and just plop over. So that's a downside. And another downside is the cape, as you can see, comes off easily. So if I just shake it a little bit, it's staying on better now, but it does come off. It does tend to come off pretty easily. So there is some definite downsides to this figure to be aware of, other than just this figure being really stiff out of the box. So I'm just putting it out there. But other than the downsides, I think this is a really awesome variant of Skeletor to go with, especially due to the unique look and the really cool effect pieces you get with them, and the fact that this has a top of the line amount of articulation. It's really hard to go wrong with this one. For around $20 or less, highly recommend it. I mean, it's really hard to get a figure for $20 or less like this these days, so I would say he's highly recommended. Especially with the new upcoming Masters of the Universe movie, or movie series, because if the new Masters of the Universe movie is successful, then obviously we're going to see future variations of Skeletor in the new live action movies, which this would also be a cool variant to see in live action form. And I think this would actually make for a really cool Chronicles version as well. But anyway, guys, that pretty much concludes it for my review on this figure. As always, thank you guys all so much for watching. Your viewership is much appreciated. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, for anyone that does see the Masters of the Universe movie in theaters, please do not spoil it for me, because I won't be grabbing it until it comes out on Ultra 4K Blu-ray. But anyway, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Your viewership is much appreciated for a second time. And to wrap it all up, stay safe, take care, stay positive, stay powered up, God bless, and peace out.